Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva joins us now.
So, Congresswoman-elect, is my understanding the Attorney General of Arizona, she was on CNN. She said she gave Speaker Johnson 2 days to swear you in. It is about 7:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do believe on the second day, I believe you were in your district, not sworn in. Has a lawsuit been filed?
So not that I am aware of. I think that she was going to the full 2 days, and here in Tucson, it's 4:38 p.m. So if we go to 5 p.m. Arizona time, I would think that something might be happening on Monday.
And do you have a sense of next steps Monday that lawsuit would be filed?
You know, I know that Attorney General Kris Mayes is not afraid to file a lawsuit, but I think that she was hoping that it would compel him to just move forward in the right thing to do. That's it. You know, I mean, I think that it's really interesting to me that Speaker Johnson continues to talk about the things that I should be doing.
You know, wait. I have that sound for you. Would you like to hear it in his own words?
I would love it. Oh my gosh.
Here is Speaker Mike Johnson. Take a listen.
I would say to Rep. Grijalva, if her Democrat colleagues and leadership have not informed her, you can't be serving your constituents right now. You have an office. She's hired 16 employees. They keep going by and knocking on the door and pretending it's locked. If it's locked, it's because Rep. Grijalva is choosing not to represent her constituents. She can be handling their calls, directing them appropriately, and doing lots of important work right now.
Representative-elect, the floor is yours.
I don't think he knows what it is to serve constituents, and the fact that you have to have employees that have clearance in a federal system. You have to have a VPN number. You have to have access to all of the government databases. You can't do that unless you're onboarded. And so what happened is the administrative offices of the House asked for a list of my employees, like who are we already know are going to be part of our team. We provided that. I think they thought, the same as we thought, that it would be about 24, 48 hours. So who he's talking about is a list of employees that have not been onboarded. And what I think is really telling, I think Speaker Johnson is trolling me a little bit, because I make a comment about the fact that my nameplate is on the door and I don't have keys. And then a little while later, keys appear. I'm like, here you go, you can go in. Then I make a comment, well, great, I have a space. We don't have functioning phones, we don't have internet. All of a sudden we get a knock at the door. Like, we're here to look at your phones. I thought, so, but the really, that kidding silliness aside, like what's more frustrating is that he keeps piecemealing like options for us. You know, well, here, now you have internet. We can't access computers. I am the administrator of the office. That's my title, apparently. None of my staff can get identification to get into the building without their administrator's signature. Guess who can't sign anything until I'm sworn in? I can't enter into a lease in district without having a budget. I don't have a budget. So how am I supposed to, one, the phones are not coming directly, but even if we do, what are we able to do as lay people? Like, I'm not a federal employee. Staff is not a federal employee without clearance. So even if someone came to us and asked us for information, we can't even have them sign the basic paperwork because I don't have access to any of that database.
So he's gaslighting.
Yeah, it's total gaslighting, and it's sort of this sort of fake. Oh, I don't understand what your problem is. Sure, if you want to be in the building, be in the building. If you want your office, be in your office. If you want to talk on the phone, talk on the phone. How about if she wants to be a congresswoman, let her be a congresswoman, and the only way that
not even happen, let because nobody, Mike Johnson. I mean.
Yeah. Well, my point is the only way that can happen is if you swear her in. So, right. Congresswoman-elect, it's just childish. It is just petty, stupid games that this House, this leadership is playing, and it's frustrating. It is aggravating. You had mentioned earlier this week, through your aggravation, I'm sure, which is beyond anyone's imagination, that you're also independently looking at bringing legal action directly on your behalf. Still interested in that? What does that process look like for you, particularly given the latest, word that, oh yeah, we're going to keep the Congress out of session for another week. You've got the the officials in your state looking to bring a lawsuit. Where are you in that mix with your own effort?
I'm looking at every legal option possible. My frustration is the courts should not be dictating what the House does. In theory, I appreciate that. The problem is that this speaker is not remembering that his job is to swear us in. Whether we are of the same political party, whether you like what I'm going to do in office, all of that is irrelevant. But we have to be honest, and I think people can see it very clearly. If I were a Republican, I would have already been sworn in.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Can I just note, I think that Mike Johnson would prefer if this is boiled down to a spat between you and he, where he tries to gaslight you and make it seem like you're being unreasonable. But this is not just about you specifically. This is about your constituents. This is about the Epstein files. This is about power and the limits, or like where is the line? We've been talking about where the line is today. And I think that Mike Johnson, someone who is second in line to the presidency, who often acts like he just doesn't know what's happening here, is actually very cunning and clear with what he is doing by blocking your ability to be seated.
Yep, he's obstructing every opportunity he can. And this farce of, well, the race wasn't certified. Well, we have to set up an appointment. And if her family's here, then maybe. I mean, he just keeps throwing things out there that we all know are untrue. It doesn't matter. He should just be really honest with us and say, I don't want to swear her in and I'm not going to. Just be honest, because I appreciate that. I mean, literally, the games that are being played now are offensive. And for him to try to tell me what my job is, the only thing I do know is that he's not doing his. And until he does his job, I can't do mine.
Well, Congresswoman, I know we're about to go, but as we go into the No Kings weekend, I want to leave you with this. Let's free the Epstein 218.